Hey everybody, I'm glad you're here because I'm going to show you my simple 3-step process to instantly attracting more new patients to your practice who are ready to buy from you without the hassle. Okay? And we do so using Facebook marketing. Does that sound good? Yes? Sound great? It is, I promise. This is such an awesome process, such an easy process. So, plus here's what I'll also do for you. If you stay through the end of this training, and I did make it short, because if you're here, you're likely a doctor, and I know you don't have all kinds of time. In fact, I think should be around 20 minutes. I did want to make it short enough that you could watch it during your 30-minute lunch break and be able to get through the whole thing. So this will not be an hour masterclass or anything crazy like that. I'm trying to keep this as brief as possible. Okay, so if you stayed through the end, I will give you the link to download the funnels that I use in this process. If you don't understand what a funnel is, that's okay. I'm going to explain that. It's not super technical. But yes, it's a link to download the funnel I'm going to show you in this process today with a 2-week free trial to ClickFunnels, which is the software that I use to generate my clients thousands of new patients every month. Okay, everybody got that? So that's free software to use and implement today, along with the exact pages. So these are landing pages and things like that that we use in our advertising. So the exact pages and info you can download right into the software. Literally just swap out your info and start using it today. You can have this up and running in an hour. Okay? All right, you still with me? Great. Okay. Now, before I get started, this is going to be a lot, and it's going to be quick. So please put away your cell phones unless you're using it to watch this. Close your Facebook, get rid of your emails. Just rid yourself of any distractions, because I really want you to get all that you can out of this jam-packed training. Because if you even miss a minute of this, you're likely to be lost in this whole process. Okay, so go ahead, close that stuff down. Get it out of your way. Get your mind clear. And let's get moving into this. So, before I get into everything, just so you know who you're hanging out with today, let me introduce myself. My name is Lane Pacheco, and I've been a dental marketer for almost a decade. I've literally done it all. Mailers and websites, SEO, billboards, all the stuff that's listed here and so much more, but I'm not kidding when I say everything. And I've been able to generate millions of dollars for the dentists I've worked with over the years. So, and actually prior to that, I was even a dental assistant and an office leader before I was a marketer. So I really understand the challenges that you dentists face and how things work behind the scenes in your offices. Excuse me, this image here is actually of me in my dental assisting days, working at a charity event called Dentistry from the Heart, which is a day of free dentistry. If you've never done one of these, I highly, highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to connect with your community and to give back. People are so grateful when they come in for these. I love working them. I kind of miss them because I haven't been a practicing dental assistant for quite a long time now. So I don't do them anymore, except to help with registration and stuff like that. But anyway, moving on. So just a little bit of here's some fun stuff that I've done in the past. These are some images from one of my favorite contests that I've done over the years. We did this in October, so we were just kind of capitalizing on Halloween, and it was a photo contest for all of Central Florida. So as you can see, we had tons of entries. We've had tons of entries over the years. I've done it a couple times. And as you can see, people really got into it. These are actually all dental assistants. Funny enough, the guy in the chair there on the left photo, that's actually the dentist. But yeah, so I use this to generate almost 3,000 people to like an endodontist's Facebook page. I don't know if you've ever seen an endodontist with 3,000 likes on their Facebook, because they're usually not popular. But I cracked that code. So yeah, I was able to get a lot of traction for that dentist. But just a little fun thing that I've done in the past. So you might be wondering, okay, Lane, you're a marketer and you run a Facebook ads agency. So why are you giving us this behind the scenes look into the magic of your agency? Well, okay, first of all, I truly believe that every small business should be capitalizing on such an accessible, powerful, and inexpensive form of marketing. As a business owner myself, I fully understand how incredible of a tool this is for any business owner. And I just want to share that with you. Full transparency. You can take this information today and implement it and figure it out on your own. It's not the hardest thing in the world. It is fairly easy. And I am giving you the tools to do exactly that if you stay till the end. But for those of you who watch this today and say, you know what, Lane, that's really simple, but I'd rather have an expert take care of it for me anyway. Okay? You'll have the option to talk to us about how we can help you implement this, and how we can implement it for you. Because, hey, I mean, hiring us is even easier than this simple 3-step process I'm going to show you today. So if that's something you're interested in, it will be available to you. Okay, so before I dig in, I just want you to picture this. What if, excuse me, what if you no longer had to worry about marketing? What if you could get your patients flowing into your office and filling your chairs on autopilot? And you could literally turn the stream on and off or up and down, just like a faucet. What would that mean for you in your practice? What if you never had to worry about making payroll? What if you never had to worry about taking care of overhead or the cost of overhead sometimes? What if you want to buy that CT scanner? And we know those aren't cheap. You know, student loan debt. I mean, if you're still paying off your student loans, that's not cheap either. Or maybe paying your kids' tuition. I mean, that's something that you know is on my plate too. But it's just having that security of knowing that you can always turn the faucet on and off and create more income instantly and easily. Doesn't that sound awesome? Yes. It sounds pretty awesome to me. I mean, that is why I ditched all other forms of marketing and I doubled down on this one marketing method in my agency. I can do it all. And I mean, we do offer a couple other things that are very closely tied to the funnels. But we basically, we are experts at this. We know we can get awesome results with this. So why even do anything else when this is such an incredible tool for my clients? We just focus on this and we'll worry about other stuff later. But for now, we are your go-to in dentistry for Facebook marketing. So that being said, let's get down to business. Okay, I hope you have your pen and paper ready because here we go. So we're going to talk about the 3-step process I use to take patients from I don't even know you exist to sitting in your dental chair. In the marketing world, we call this process a funnel, okay? That's just marketing lingo. And here you can see why, okay? It goes, you know, obviously the people who don't know you and or the community at large is a much bigger group of people than the people who are actually coming into your office and purchasing from you. I'm going to show you, all right, so now we're going to go ahead and dig into the meat of this. So I'm going to show you the 3-step funnel that brings in dozens of patients for my clients every single month. And when I say dozens of patients, I say that because some of my clients get 50 new patients every month. Some of my clients get 120 new patients every month. I mean, the opportunities are endless, and everywhere's sort of different. So you know there is that range, but I mean everyone's getting an awesome return, because whether it's 50 or it's 120, they're only spending something like $600. I say something like as if I don't know. We're only really spending like $600. Some of my clients I pay like we spend about $750. It's a difference of $5 a day. So that is nothing. When you're gonna walk out the door $2,500 later with a mailer, $600 a month is nothing. Okay, so here's how that process breaks down. So first, step one is the Facebook ad. So I'm going to show you the simple ad style we use to get patients' attention and get them clicking on our ads, okay? Step two is the landing page. Here you're going to get to see the simple yet strategic landing page that keeps people engaged and willing to exchange their information for your offer. And step three, which is the thank you page. So you'll get to see the hook we use to get patients picking up the phone and calling your office while they are red hot and ready to buy. Okay, so let's take a look at step one. So here's a few examples of our high performing ads. Some of these you can see here are direct offers or something that entices patients to call for an appointment. These are our action oriented ads. And then this one here on the left actually offers a free document focused on a particular topic. So in this case, saving money on dental treatment. This sort of ad is more of a nurture ad that allows your audience to get to know you a little bit more before they're presented with an offer. So this is meant for a more in-depth strategy, but it's a great relationship building tool that lets your community really get to know you before they ever even come to your office, which makes them so much easier to convert to treatment. And when we put out an ad like that, we're actually able to retarget those people who download the guide with a second ad that then gives them an offer to come into the office, some kind of a discount or coupon or something, a new patient special. Okay. But yes, so you can see here, we tend to call out communities. That has worked well for years now. And we might hit a couple pain points, but the biggest thing here is we get right down to the point. You don't need all kinds of fluff. In fact, for local businesses, you should try to keep the bulk of your message where it can be seen without having to extend the ad. Okay. You'll also notice these are not stock photos. We tend to use everyday photos. In fact, even that one in the middle, which is a stock photo, and I'll talk about that in just a minute, but we very rarely use those. We actually mainly stick to the ones like you see on the left and the right, which are photos of people from the practice. On the right, those are two dental assistants. On the left, that's actually the doctor. And I just thought it was such a funny photo, and it's worked really well for them. So, and the reason for this is because if you use stock photos, people tend to skim by them now, and it's getting worse and worse as time goes on. We call it ad fatigue. People are seeing so many ads. If they can sense at a glance that it's an ad, they're like scrolling by it as quickly as they can. So that's why we use these photos of people from the office, because sometimes they're like, who is that? Or maybe they're like, do I know that person? It's like, oh my gosh, that's, Jamie from the dental office. That's cool. Oh my gosh, that's Dr. Powell, or whatever the case may be. So, we really do stick to, fun pictures of people in the office when we're using our Facebook ads. But that one in the middle there, that is the second strategy we use in our Facebook ads, which is called pattern interrupt. So that's literally where you use something that's unusual looking. And it can be something, it doesn't have to be like, this is obviously unusual looking. People are going to go, what? Is his mustache covering his mouth? Yes, it is. But sometimes you can use some really weird, colorful pictures or just something bright. Those things tend to grab people's attention. As long as it's not something stock, it just makes people go, what is that? What am I looking at? Okay. So that's pattern interrupt. And I'll just note, you can see there's like people do comment, most of the comments are people like, sometimes your patients are seeing this. So they say, hey, oh my gosh, we love you guys. You guys definitely want to come here. They're the best. But sometimes you get haters too. And just don't let the haters bother you. You can't avoid them. So just delete their comments and move on. When you advertise, you'll attract good and bad attention. Okay. So, and personally, I say engagement is engagement. It does help you on Facebook. So whether it's good or not. So that's step one, okay? Pretty easy, right? It's not as complicated as you think. You want to keep it simpler. And when they click on this ad, okay, so like I said, this is step one. Now they click on the ad, they click the learn more, the get offer. That should take them to step two, okay? So yes, this was pretty easy. So step two, which is our landing page. Now here's an image of a typical landing page we use. You'll notice it's simple, and that's because these days so many people are on their cell phones. And we'll show you that in just a minute, but they're not going to see elaborate backgrounds or tons of images, and they came here for a reason. The most important thing you can do is keep this page as short and sweet as your ad copy, your wording. Ad copy is what we call it as marketers, but you keep it as short and sweet as your ad, your Facebook ad. So you know how we kept that short and sweet? You want to do the same on your landing page. And you want the wording to remain consistent. Don't try to jazz it up as you go along. Like, you don't try to build upon your previous message or anything like that. You want it to say the same stuff. We specifically say get free professional in-office whitening because that's what it says on the ad, is get free professional in-office whitening. 30 vouchers available. We like all of this wording is either exactly like or very similar to what was on the ad. So that way people know that they came to the right place and they're not trying to figure anything out. If you make people think too much, you will lose them. Okay. So, and now as you can see here, this is how it appears on mobile. This is part of why we keep it super simple. You just want to grab them first thing. And by the way, most of my traffic is on mobile. Across the board, every client I have across the US and Australia, most of the traffic, and I mean the vast majority of the traffic, is coming from mobile. Okay, so this is how it appears to them. You just want to grab them and not make them search for information. That's what websites are for. Okay, but landing pages are meant to be very straightforward and succinct. Now the key to this page is if they want to take advantage of the offer, they have to provide you with their information excuse me guys, to get their hands on the coupon or offer or download, whatever. So they give you their information, you give them the offer. So now you have their information to follow up with in case they don't take action right away. So if they don't pick up that phone and call, you still have their name and email and phone number to follow up with them, okay? Now, excuse me while I drink my coffee. A lot of doctors, this is my mental note for you. A lot of doctors get it in their heads that they're, and not necessarily doctors, but teams, doctors and teams, especially the teams at the front desk and stuff like that. They get it in their heads that they're bothering people when they're addressing their dental health. And as dental providers, if you don't look out for your community's dental well-being, then who will? If they sign up for your offer, they are telling you they need your service. It's your duty to take care of your community's dental needs. You spend your days saving teeth. It's time to start feeling a little bit more like this. Because only you can rescue people from root canals, abscesses, and dentures. Okay, so that's my mental note for today. I think, I see teams, like, it always seems like when I start working with teams that they are, they're gun shy in the beginning. Some of my teams are actually super, like, high end, not high end, what's the word I'm looking for? They do a ton of marketing. So they're very comfortable with marketing and they're comfortable with getting on the phone, following up with those leads. But other offices are like, oh, can't they just call us? So it's like, sometimes they don't. People are always trying to convince themselves that they can put off the dentist. But you guys are the dental heroes. You guys are the ones that are making sure your community doesn't put off their dental health until it's, a crisis. Okay? People signed up with you, they need you. So reach out to them. Don't feel shy about that, okay? You have to be out there saving these people. Okay, that's my mental note. I'll move on. So we're on to step 3. And then I'm actually going to share a quick bonus step with you, so stand by for that. So this is your thank you page. It's far from pretty, but it's highly effective. This is the final push. This page is so much more essential than it looks as well. If you do it right, A, people will pick up the phone to call you rather than wait for you to call them. And B, with some funnels, this is the essential step that really drives home your message. Okay? We all know that people can have very selective listening and reading skills. We use the thank you page as that final step in communication so that patients fully understand. Am I paying for something? Do I just come in and get whitening? Etc. Okay, so that's why it specifically says to schedule your new patient appointment. Not schedule your whitening appointment or schedule your appointment to get your free whitening. This specific wording makes it click for patients that, oh, if they didn't understand it before, because this is very similar to previous wording, okay, in the ad and stuff like that. But it just seems as though, because I've seen it happen where, we've had a client who was like, I want to change what's on the thank you page. And we tell them, I really don't recommend it. I really, 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 really don't. And they're like adamant. And so we're saying, okay, we do it. And then they have issues. They're like, why are people like getting upset and stuff like that? It's like, because we use this specific wording for a reason. Okay? This is where it clicks for them. If they didn't understand it in the first 2 pages, this page, for whatever reason, is where it finally goes, oh, I've got to go for a new patient appointment, and then I can get my free whitening. Which, like I said, it's already been iterated on the ad and the landing page. Now, here in the thank you page, it seems like it's where this clicks for a lot of people. Okay? So, that's all about the thank you page. Now, here's our bonus step. Step 4. Okay. So the magical step 4, which is an automatically generated email. Okay. Now, I'm not going to bother showing you the email here, but this email is triggered when people sign up on the landing page. Its job is to reiterate important information. It actually serves as your voucher, and it tells and shows them where to find you by providing your address and a map. And it continues building that relationship with your new patients, okay? Now, here's the cool part. As part of this free giveaway, the email is already attached to the landing page. So all you have to do is edit the information just like with everything else. So when people submit their information, that automatically triggers that email to get sent right to them. So it's all automated. You don't have to do anything. It just shoots the email out for you, and they have everything they need to come in and visit with you, okay? So I hope that you are pumped about that. You are getting a complete funnel, totally by download, with a free trial to the software to run it on. How awesome is that? Now listen, lots of old school marketers will tell you that you still need expensive mailers. You still need expensive TV commercials, slick websites, etc. Okay? And those things can cost you tens of thousands of dollars and completely fail to bring you any revenue. I mean, I hope they don't. It's not that these things don't work, but the problem is that you drop $2,500 on a mailer and that gets sent out, it's gone. If it doesn't work for you, there's no adjusting, there's no fixing it. And I can tell you right now, I don't know of a printer who's like, oh yeah, we'll just give you your money back since that didn't work. Right? So, I mean, you really roll the dice with all of those mediums. And I mean, it's great once you find something that does work, but if you don't have that go-to, and even still, I have clients who had, a mailer that worked amazingly the first year. So they're like, oh yeah, we're going to bring that back next year. And then they find that next year they don't get as great of a response anymore. But whether they got as good or not as good, they still paid the money and it's already gone and there's nothing to do to change it. So, I'm just here to tell you, it's just not necessary. You don't have to deal with tons of different types of marketing, especially if you don't have a huge budget for all of that. Start with the cost effective first. Facebook, you can literally change every single day if it's not working. If you run an ad for 3 days and it's just like crickets out there, you can go and adjust it and you haven't lost a ton of money. You've lost like $60, not $3,000. You know what I mean? So, I mean, TV still works, but it's likely going to cost you $300 per new patient. Mailers have not died yet. I mean, they're dying, but they haven't died yet. And they'll still cost you $100 to $200 per new patient. And radio is going to cost you at least $100 per new patient. I mean, all of these far exceed Facebook, which can bring in patients for as low as $10 per new patient. And you can start seeing those results today. So instead of calling your email, or calling or emailing your mailer vendor, and then having them get started on a design for a postcard and spending the next week bouncing edits back and forth until it's perfect, and then it finally lands on your potential new patient's doorstep 2 weeks later, and then week 3 or week 4, the phone is actually ringing. You know, if you have holes in your schedule today, do you have three or 4 weeks to fill it? No. What if instead of all of that, you can get on your computer today, sign up for your free trial, plug in the stuff I give you totally free, and your phone starts ringing today. Not 3 or 4 weeks from now, today. How awesome would that be? Can you imagine? You can literally sit down today, plug everything in, and start marketing your practice and getting new patients in your chair tomorrow. I mean, do any of you have any holes in your schedule tomorrow? What would filling that appointment mean for you? $500? $1,000? $2,000? What if you could literally start filling your schedule on autopilot? We're talking about set it and forget it. It might make you feel a little bit like this, am I right? Yeah, I think we all want to feel like that, for sure. Okay, so I said I would cover the simple 3-step process to bringing in tons of new patients every month, and I believe we have covered all that in detail. I also promised that if you stay till the end, I would give you the free download of the pages and all that stuff, the pages, the email, all that good stuff. Which you should see that button popping up below right now. And also, since you stayed till the end, I'm giving you that free download for the 2-week free trial to ClickFunnels. I'm sorry, it's not a download, but you get a link so that you can go sign up for ClickFunnels for free for 2 weeks. So you can plug this in and start playing with it. And this is at no cost or risk to you. You haven't paid a dime. You can mess with this for 2 weeks. You can get the results that pay for this and so much. I mean, you get 1 new patient out of this in the next 2 weeks, which is absolutely doable. And you've paid for, your ClickFunnels account for 6 months. I mean, it's silly. So, and for those of you who are more interested in having my expert team handle advertising for you, there is, I'm like way behind. Here we go. And for those of you who, so if you want my team, there's also a button that takes you to our application page. So you can request a free quote, schedule a time to talk with us, and we will discuss how we can work together to get you some amazing results from our agency. So take advantage of the awesome opportunities for your practice on this page. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how you make funnels work for your business. Okay. So I was Lane Pacheco. It was awesome spending time with you today. I hope you got a lot out of this, and I hope I see you again in the future. Take care.